Well, Scott, really good to see you. And this weekend marks a major milestone for you, 400 appearances. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, big one. Pretty proud. I've known about the milestone for quite a while. You know, you usually see people say, "Oh, I didn't know about that." This sort of crept on the radar prior to the COVID stuff. So it seemed like it's been a long time coming. It was always sort of on the back of my mind there, but to get it, to bring it up with a couple of games to spares, obviously great.
And obviously you will develop a playing style over 400 appearances. For you, what are the biggest things that have changed in your style of play?
I think looking back, I probably got away with a lot on sort of intuition and just love and energy for the game, rather than the smart side of it. Definitely, obviously, the more experience I've got, I get by and waste a lot less energy on that side of things. Obviously, I've got a little bit slower as I've got older, which means reading the game helps, putting myself in some positions that don't make me have to use all the tank. But I think I've just tried to be really consistent, whether it was early doors or to get where I am. I'm not, trying to be flashy or anything. Even when I was younger, I'd probably pick the best thing for the team rather than the best thing for me. That's how I've tried to see my career as a whole, really.
Have you ever tried to pass on any words of wisdom to your teammates over the years? And what have been the most common sorts of nuggets of wisdom that you've given them?
Yeah, I think some of them listen, some of them don't. But I think I've tried and deliver it from myself, from a coaching point of view too. I've got by with my career with working hard. Whether if you're not the fastest, you're not the most skillful, you can be the hardest worker in the room. And from looking at it from a coaching point of view, having coached for quite a few years, them lads are worth their weight in gold. We can sort of make you better at the other stuff. We can't really drag you into that. Again, that goes in with a consistent thing. Try and work your hardest and try and be as consistent as you can.
And for any of the young Panther Cubs or the future Panthers players that are over there, the youth of Halifax, what's one thing that you would want to say to them if they wanted to become a rugby player and achieve 400 appearances like yourself?
Do that. I think exactly what I've just said won't take you far wrong. We actually had the Nick Smith Foundation tournament at the weekend, the Under-7s tournament at Siddle, which is run yearly, and we have a tip sheet down there that's run on behalf of the Smudger tournament, and on there there's a list of 10 things that we think kids, not only kids, a 7-year-old or a 37-year-old should be sort of living by to be the best they can be. And I'm teaching my kid the same now. Work as hard as you can. The rest of it we can work on. I think for me as well, if you want to go and have a really long career, you've got to love every bit of it, because the mundane bit in between, the thousands of warm-ups that you've got to do, you can't sort of do it halfway. You've got to love it all. Otherwise it'll quickly get on top of you.
What was the biggest lesson that you think that you've taken away from 400 games?
Somebody asked me this recently actually. I don't think I celebrated the wins enough. I think I've been very much a what's next type person. Get rid of the last thing, on to the next thing. I don't think I soaked up enough wins, and ultimately, unless you're the best player in the world, in the best team in the world, you're going to get your fair share of losses. So I reckon looking back at them now, I'd have probably celebrated the wins a bit more.
And you'll be celebrating this 400th appearance against Whitehaven. We're going to be playing away. What do you feel is the biggest threat that Whitehaven pose against us?
Just the fact that they just don't stop doing what they do. I've always been a battle inside type of team, and at the minute they're riding a wave on the back of being like that. So I'm expecting a really tough one going up there too. It's been a long time since I've been there actually. Some people, it's a bit of a, with the travel, and it can get under your skin a little bit. But I'm looking forward to going there. It's been a while since I've been there, and obviously with it being the 400, I'd like to come away with a win if we can.
Will you be celebrating your 400th in the Cumbrian Hills or
Yeah,
coming back to Halifax?
It'd be nice to have it down this year, so I can celebrate and a bit more friends and family can be around. But as it is, I get a nice bus trip back if we get a win.
And you have been working really hard as well on the Ladies' Night. We've been seeing that all over social media. And could you just give us a bit of an update with what's going on with that?
Yeah, so we've now got everybody in place to announce everybody that's doing everything on the night. We have our drag act is sorted, and your hosts for the evening will be Earl Crabtree and Wayne Wagger Godwin. So now that we've got that sorted, we want to give it a final push over the next couple of weeks to make sure we nail our numbers on what will be a pretty entertaining night by the looks.
Did any of the players want to be the drag act by any chance?
Yeah, we had a couple on standby. Obviously, it's been a little bit difficult sorting out some last minute things just with the change of date and everybody being allowed to do things now. Everyone's obviously super busy, but there are a couple of lads that after a couple of drinks would be up for that, no problem.
Looks like life after rugby involves lipstick and high heels.
Yeah, and spray tans. I've got a couple of them.
Thanks a lot, Scott.
No bother.